What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scott about Nature TV, and this is a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 4, Episode 15, rather, the mid-season finale, okay? This is the mid-season finale. Lord knows I am very excited about this. I need a break from Love and Marriage Huntsville. But before we get into tonight's episode, tonight's review, the promo that you guys just seen is the makeup line from my bestie, Jamar84, and his business partner Lex Seek. They have a cosmetics line called Nova Cosmetics. As you can see, the website was at the top of the promo. Please be sure to support my best friend and his business partner and get yourself some of that Nova Cosmetics makeup. Please do so. All my beautiful black queens and my beautiful black women, go out there and get you some Nova Cosmetics, okay? It's worth the buy, all right? Now, um, before we get into tonight's review, I just want to let you guys know what's the deal, what's going on, okay? Now, I'm not necessarily sure if there will be a whether you like it or not panel because the Real Housewives of Atlanta isn't coming on tomorrow, and I don't think Basketball Wives is coming on Monday. So we may not even do it may not even be a whether you like it or not panel this week, actually. But on Wednesday there will be a roast and review, and it will be our last roast and review until September, okay? And it will be on Terrence's channel this week, okay? So he will be the one closing this thing off this week, right there on giving you the real tea, okay? We will be recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we'll be talking about this boring ass episode because, baby, this shit was boring as hell. But that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this review because I don't even think this review gonna be really long like that. It really ain't that much to talk about, to be honest. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So we open it up with Kimmy, Tisha, and Tiffany. I felt like this was a fake ass scene. I felt like this scene was just fake and forced. We all know that these girls don't rock with Tiffany like that. And it's funny how they decide to put them in the scene together on the last episode. I'm like, girl, who are y'all trying to fool? Because Kimmy just started filming with Tiffany, and Tisha really don't fool with Tiffany like that. And then you know what? You know what else is funny? Destiny has been missing in action for the last couple of episodes, and I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really care. So at this point, it's like Destiny not bringing anything because she's really not opening up about her life at this point. So it's kind of like, okay, girl, like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Like, what's the fucking point? Why are you not opening up to the rest of us? Why are you not giving us the tea? If you want to be on this show, you really need to open yourself up because you don't have a storyline if Mel not filming with you. That's just really the basis of the situation. That's really the truth. You ain't got no storyline if the girl not filming with you, and that's just the truth. And I rock with Destiny. I actually love Destiny. I'm rooting for Destiny, but I just got to tell the truth about the situation. She ain't got no storyline if Melody is not a part of it or Martel. That's just the truth. And at this point, just replace her ass with ghetto ass Stormy, and we can call it a day. I'm just being honest. Like, let's be real. So, at the end of it all, yes, so they are rock climbing. You know, Tisha works out. I think Tiffany works out, but Kimmy not too much. So they doing a little bit of rock climbing. You know, it looks like it's a little bit fun and stuff like that, but it just feels forced and not genuine. And when you're looking at reality TV, you want something genuine. You don't want no forced ass BS. Like, you just don't. And I know I don't. When I'm looking at my reality TV, I want this shit to be real. I want the connections to be real. And this shit right here is just not real at all. And I'm just gonna need for them. I'm just like, we already starting this shit off with a snooze fest, child. So after they get done doing their rock climbing, because it seemed to be pretty fun to them. So after they get through doing the rock climbing and stuff, they start talking about the relationships that they're building with one another. And it's like this. You know, Tisha was like, well, it's just good that we're building things here. Like, we're building a relationship with Tiffany, and I'm just happy about it. We're all married couples and stuff like that. So I think that, we should all come together. So they started talking about so they were talking about the Atlanta trip or whatever, talking about all they men being on the Atlanta trip. And hold on, you guys. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. I had to text Josiah real fast because, yeah. But yeah, so where am I at? Okay, so they start talking about the ATL trip. They're talking about them, going to the room, to the rage room and smashing shit. And then they get into Lewis's sexual frustration. And then they were basically saying, as women, men expect so much from us, sometimes we can give a man sex every day and it's still not enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, they are all agreeing to the fact that, men are never really satisfied. men really don't um men really don't be satisfied with anything. Like, you can give them so much but they still don't be satisfied. Like, the sex ain't enough. We can have sex with them every single day, but it's kind of like that's still not enough for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's where they at with it. Like, they feel like it's not necessarily enough. I'm sorry, I was on mute. So then they start talking about a marriage retreat, and Tiffany invited them on this marriage retreat, and she was like, we're all single, we're not single, we're all married couples. So this would be a married couples trip, and I want us to have a good time. And all the ladies are down for it, but they don't know if their men will be down for it. You know what I mean? So, they're gonna try to convince all of their husbands to get on board for this trip. I honestly don't see why they would have a problem with it unless they don't want, you know, their issues to be coming out, because that's just really what it is. Like, I just feel like at this point, these men are running from the truth. They don't want their business to be out, and that's just what it is, child. They don't want it to be out. Like, they don't want their secrets to come out. Like, that's just what it is. They don't. Like, they rather pretend and hide and do all this other stupid shit. That's how I feel about it. So it's just like, whatever. So we get into Mel and Vanessa, Miss Vanessa. Melody's hosting an event. It's like this first big I guess it's a concert, outside concert hall where people can come to Huntsville, throw a show, have a good time, have concerts and all of that other good stuff. And Melody, this is the first show and Melody is hosting it. And she's having a good time, you know what I mean? And people feel like Huntsville don't have nothing to do. And at this point, Huntsville is now named the biggest city in Alabama. Is beat out Birmingham. And I was just in Huntsville, you know what I'm saying? And Huntsville is nice. It's actually much bigger than it was the last time I came, because I hadn't been in Huntsville in 9 years until this past June. So it is kind of big. It's really nice, all of that good stuff. So they started talking about Martel's lack of growth, because Miss Vanessa was like, it would have been nice if the kids were here, but it is what it is. And Melody was talking about, I just need for Martel to grow. Like, he hasn't matured at all. And until, I just set my boundaries, and I'm not going to not set my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Just because he feels some kind of way. I'm going to keep my boundaries up until he changes. And, Miss Vanessa was saying how, immature he is and how toxic he is and all of this other stuff. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. And some of y'all going to be mad with me when I say this, but I don't care at this point. Here's my thoughts on this. They're absolutely right. Martel is absolutely immature. Martel has no self awareness. Martel never really sees when he's wrong. Like, he likes to deflect. Like, if there's a conversation about things that's already happened in the past, he doesn't want to hear about what happened in the past. He doesn't want to hear about what happened in the past. He doesn't want to talk about what happened in the past. He just wants to sit around and point the finger. Like, when you bring up all the bullshit that he did, he wants to say, well, you did this and you did this. And it's not about what the other person did. The person is explaining to you and is actually, talking to you and basically saying, you did this to me. And you hurt me when you did that to me, and I want you to take accountability. I want you to own it. Martel does not know the meaning of owning anything. He only wants to point the fucking finger. And that's just not the way life goes. You don't just point the finger at people. You don't point the finger at people. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, girl, whatever. You know, You don't want to hear the truth. You don't want nobody to say nothing about you. You don't want nobody to point out your flaws, but you want to be, you want to point out everybody else's flaws instead of seeing what the fuck you've already done. And that's all true. But I'm going to need for the truth to also be told that Martel is not the only toxic person in this situation, because I feel as though Melody is just as toxic as Martel. She may not be on the same level as toxic, but she has some toxicity about her too. And people don't like to say that because she went through all the stuff that she went through and Martel treated her bad, and people don't want nobody to say nothing about that. But she is just as toxic. And I saw that last season. You know what I mean? Like a couple of those arguments that they had, Martell started, but a couple of those arguments that, Melody had, a couple of those arguments that they had, Melody also started. Like they both knew how to push each other's buttons. They both would go too far. They both would say things that they know will hurt the other. They both would just air each other out. They both did things that they shouldn't have done. And they both were not thinking about the kids. They were thinking about hurting the other person. Martell had already hurt her for many, many years by fucking around with Ariana. That was one thing. But then you got him hurting Melody yet again by throwing it in her face that she wasn't satisfying him. That was some fucked up shit to say. And then you got Mel, who's obviously scorned, who's obviously hurt, who has every right to be scorned and hurt by the things that Martell did. She has every right to be. She's looking for payback. She's a Scorpio too. They gonna get their payback. She's here to let you know, okay, you hurt me, bitch, I'm gonna hurt your ass twice as worse. I'm gonna air you out. I'm gonna make you look like the worst human being you already made yourself look like. Like that's they were doing a tit for tat thing. And Mel was within her rights for feeling angry and doing the things that she did. But you gotta call a spade a spade. They were both, I don't care what you say, they were both in the wrong for a lot of the things that they were doing. They were not thinking about the kids. Martell was not thinking about the kids when he went out and slept with another woman, got her pregnant, and was having an affair on Melody for 5 or 6 years. But when it came down to it, they didn't handle this divorce and this separation gracefully. They got on TV and they acted a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? So I think the blame goes when it comes down to the aftermath of the divorce, because anything leading up to divorce, that's all Martell's fault. It's strictly on Martel. But anything that happened after the divorce, anything that transpired after the divorce, it's all on the both of them. That's how I feel. It ain't gonna change. That's how I feel. I think they both have a little bit of toxicity about them, with Martel having 100% of toxicity, with Mel having a bit 45 to 50% of toxicity. But I think that at this point she's handling it a little bit better than he is, because he's on a smear campaign, but at the same time, she is too. They both sit around and talk badly about one another. They both go to other people and dump on each other to other people. They do. Martell goes to Big Lou and shit on Melody, and Melody goes to Kimmy and shit on Martell. She goes to anybody to shit on Martell, just like Martell goes to anybody to shit on Melody. They doing the same shit to each other. So that's why I hold them both accountable for the aftermath of the divorce, because they're not thinking about the kids. They're not thinking about the kids. They're only thinking about one-upping each other. That's my thoughts. And I'm pretty sure people are probably going to be mad when I say it, but it is what it is. It's okay. I can't be worried about that. So where was we at? Where am I at here? Okay. Where's my notes? Okay. So Louis and Martell, they greet each other. They ask each other how the other one's doing. Martell claims that he misses marriage, and I think that that's complete bullshit. How do you miss marriage when you couldn't stay married because you couldn't keep your dick out of Ariana? So how do you really miss marriage? You can't miss it too much. You can't miss it too much. Do you miss do you miss the family aspect? Because I'm pretty sure you don't miss the monogamous aspect, because for most of your marriage, you were sitting up here cheating. You obviously, Melanika outed you for cheating 2 weeks before your fucking wedding. So you were already a cheater. You were already a womanizer, 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 womanizer. Like Britney Spears say, womanizer, womanizer, baby. You are. That's what you are. Womanizer. Like, come on now. You were obviously that before you even got married to Mel. You know what I mean? And it got even worse when you divorced her. I mean, when you got married, because you had a whole affair with another woman for 5 years. So how you gonna sit up here and act like you miss marriage? You don't miss it. You probably miss being married, but you don't miss marriage. You don't miss that shit. Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying, my nigga. You don't miss being married. You probably missed the title of being somebody's husband, but you don't miss being married. My thing is, you cheated on Mel with this woman, made it seem like this woman was so special to you, made it seem like you had this great connection with her, and you still not wifing her. So what was the point of fucking around with her for so many years and she's still not someone of significance to you? This is why I don't understand why men cheat. You go out, you fuck these other women, you cheat on your wives with these women. You make it seem like these women are satisfying you so much. But when your wife leaves you, the same woman that you saying was treating you so well and doing so much for you, she still does not hold any type of significance to you at all. She doesn't. She doesn't. And that's just the truth. She don't. You're not trying to wife coleslaw up. You don't want to wife her up. You don't give a fuck about her. Let's just be real. You don't care about her. You're not trying to wife her. All you want to do, okay, so you was fucking her crazy. She was sucking you crazy. And that was just it. So you basically had a 20-80 situation. Mel was giving you 80% of what you needed and what you had. And all Ariane was doing was giving you 20% because she doesn't carry herself like a lady. She carries herself like a slut bucket. That's how she carries herself. She gets on live at 6:30 in the morning. Child, I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and her ass is on live with her hair all over her head, looking a damn mess, looking like she tired and stressed the fuck out, which she probably is, because you see her nigga with his ex-wife at the Essence Festival and all this other crazy shit. She's stressed the fuck out. That's what's going on. She's stressed out, period. Okay? That's what it seems like to me. So it's like you did all that. You made her feel like she was so special and she was so much better than Mel, and you still not wiping her and you not taking her serious. That's something. Absolutely something. Absolutely. What else in this conversation? And then he starts talking about his issues with Melody and how she got a dark heart and all of this other stuff. Your heart is darker than Melody's could ever be. I could say a lot of stuff about Mel because I don't like Mel, but at the same point in time, you can't call nobody dark hearted when you've done and said a lot of the things that you've done, like done and said the things that you've said and done. Like you can't say anybody's heart is dark. Like you sat up here and you've been dragging this woman for years on national TV, have embarrassed her, and you get all this hate and you don't understand why. The female viewers hate you. They hate you. Women hate you. Now there are some women who would give you some. You are like, and I don't care how anybody feels about you. You are an attractive guy. You are a looker. At least to me, you are an attractive guy. You got a nice body, nice face. You are an attractive guy. You just need to find some clothes that fits. But your personality is revolting. Like you have a fucked up ass personality, a fucked up disposition. You don't know when you're right. You don't know when you're wrong. You're always thinking you in the right when you're not. You're not right about this shit. You just not, and you just need to quit it with the fuck shit. I mean, you just got to. Like, period. You need to, because it's not working for you. Like you can't get any sympathy from nobody because you always on some bullshit, Maurice. Well, Maurice is on some bullshit. But Martel just need to grow the fuck up. Just like Miss Van said, he needs to grow the fuck up. Melody's trying to grow up, I can see, but you not trying because you still want to point the finger at everybody else. Go eat some salad with Miss Day and Marlene. Anyway, now we get into Kimmy and Maurice. And Kimmy brought up the marriage retreat with the married couples and shit. Maurice already being a bitch about it. My thing is, it's so funny how a lot of us that watch this damn show used to make it seem like Maurice was like the best one out of all these niggas, and he really ain't shit either because he was a complete douchebag to Kimmy in this whole scene. Like he was his brother all over again. Like you could not compromise with her for nothing. What makes you think that you are that damn much that she got to give you sex 2 times a day? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? You don't want to go on a trip. She's trying to compromise with you, and you being a fucking asshole about it. Like you being a complete bitch. And Kimmy is better than me. Because I would have threw this damn Bluetooth speaker at your ass and gave your ass a damn red knot on the top of that bald ass head. Because you was being a complete bitch to her. And I don't see how Kimmy do it. Kimmy is a strong ass motherfucker. Because ain't no way in hell I could have dealt with that. I just could not. Like, period. Because Maurice was just being a complete asshole to her, and I just didn't like it. Like, it's like you wasn't trying to hear her out. You wasn't trying to let her speak her piece about this trip and what the trip was about. Like, you wasn't trying to do none of that. And I just thought that it was crazy that you would do that. And then you so quick to give everybody else advice and turn your nose up at everybody else and tell people what they need to do and what's right and what's wrong, when the way you just sat here and dismissed your wife and what she wanted to do the way that you just did was kind of appalling to me, because that was a bit much. Like, you were really being an asshole to her. And that just wasn't cool. Like, I hope you watched that back and saw how much of a bitch you were being when it came down to this trip. Cause my nigga, you was a bitch. Okay, you was a bitch ass nigga. You was just like your brother. You want control. You want your woman to do what the fuck you want her to do, but you can't do one thing for her. You want her to bend over backwards literally for you 2 days a week, but you can't just swallow your pride and do this for her. Like, are you serious? And you a liar. You a liar. Cause you know you messed with that damn linebacker. And with this scene playing out the way that it did, I wouldn't be surprised if you fucking did. You're an asshole. You are a complete ass. Okay? And like I said, I don't see how Kimmy dealt with that shit. Cause you really deserve to get punched in your mouth. On some real shit. Like, you deserve to get punched in your mouth. Honestly. You really did. You deserve to get punched in your mouth. So it's just like, girl, whatever. You deserve better. In the words of August Alsina, you deserve better. Kimmy deserves better, baby. She really does. On to the next one. Tiffany and Louis. Let me just say this because I'm not gonna spend no more time on them. I'm sick of them. I'm really tired of them because they making up some bullshit. They making up shit for the sake of having a storyline because they know that they're boring, so they're making up shit. And Tiffany just seems so disinterested in Louis. She act like she don't want him. That's what it seems like. Like all last season, oh, we're so transparent. Oh, we're very transparent. We're this, we're that. We're like the best couple in the world. Like, we are perfect for each other because we're so transparent. Girl, y'all not trans shit, okay? Y'all not trans nothing, okay? Because it's obvious to me that you don't even like this man. Like, you don't. It just, you don't. You don't give a fuck about him. You don't care about him. You don't want to get him no sex. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. And I wish you would shut the fuck up. Okay? I really wish you could shut up because it's just ridiculous. Like, just shut the fuck up. And it's just crazy to me. It just is. Like, Tiffany ain't trying to see shit from Lewis's point of view. And I've always felt like this. I like Big Lou. I just don't like Tiffany with her messy ass. And I still don't think she my age. I'm just going to keep on saying it. But I just feel like this whole thing is fake as fuck. But what I don't think is fake, I don't believe. This is what I don't think is fake. I definitely don't think that Tiffany not wanting Louis is not fake. I don't think that that's fake at all. She does not want Louis. She don't. And she need to stop acting like she do because she know that she fucking don't. She don't want that man. I wish she would just stop it. Like, if you don't want to fuck him, just say you don't want to fuck him. It's just that simple. You clearly don't want to fuck him. You clearly find him unattractive. You clearly find him unattractive. So why are you wasting your time? What was your whole purpose of even being with him? Because like I said, on the first season, y'all was acting like y'all are so transparent and y'all this and y'all that. But in the same breath, you don't even want to sleep with your husband. Like, he trying to have some quality time with you, and you act like you don't want to give him no quality time. You didn't even take him with you to go find your damn daddy. You took fucking Melody to find your fucking daddy. Ain't that something you should have took your husband to do? Bitch, bye. Like, get the fuck out of here. I just think that that's crazy. I think that that's ridiculous. Like, for real. I just think that is ridiculous, and she's fucked up for that. I just think Tiffany fucked up, but at the same time, I think that Louis is fucked up too for even going along with this ratchet ass storyline because it's fake anyway. Like, this shit is fake. They're doing anything to keep a peach. That's what they're doing. They're doing everything to keep a peach. That's what they're doing. Anything to keep a peach. And they need to stop because they're not doing a good job at doing so. They're just not doing a good job at it. They're just not. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Let's see what's going on. Tisha informs Marcel about the trip, but she don't tell him what the trip is about, which is they don't have good communication. That's just it. They don't have no good communication at all. Cause anytime you can't tell your husband that it's a trip about therapy, y'all ain't got no good communication. And I don't even feel like I need to keep on talking about this scene because it's like, girl, because this episode was boring as a motherfucker. Let's just be honest. The episode was fucking boring, period. But I'm over Tisha and Marcel. And everybody talking about, you need to interview Letitia. Letitia ain't going to give me no interview. But I try. But I feel like she's not going to give me no interview. But I'm going to see what I can do. Maybe I should interview both Letitia and Marcel. How about that? But I just feel like it is some form of miscommunication between them. I feel like anytime you got to lie to your husband about what you're really there for, it just speaks volumes to me. That's what it does. Anyway, we get back into Melody. She's getting ready for her hosting gig. You know, she getting her bob done. Melody looks better with black hair. I wish she would stop it with the blonde shit. Because the blonde I don't like the blonde on her. I don't. I think she looks much better with black hair. That black bob looks really good on her. She goes out there through her thug thistle. Martel brings the kids. They sit in the stands watching her do her thing. She don't know that the kid's there. And then she go backstage with her mama. They go back there and they talk. They talk about a couple of things. And then Martel comes in with the kids. And Melody is surprised because she's like, oh my God. And then she was like, hey y'all, blah, blah, blah. And so she's happy to see the children. She thanks Martel for bringing the kids. And then, Martel was like, I just feel like I felt like they needed to see you in your element. Like, I'm not going to keep the kids away from you while you doing your thing. And then Carlos going to give us this montage of Melody and Martel's moments and shit like that. Girl, don't do that. We don't want to see them back together, girl. We don't want to see them back together, so don't you do that. Don't even do that because we don't want to see them back together. We just got to be honest about the whole situation. We don't want to see them back together. We just don't. We don't want to see them back together. And that's just that. We don't. We don't want to see them back together at all. Like, we don't. We don't want to see them back together. We don't need Melody and Martel back together. They're not good for each other. Leave them alone. Now, what we want them to do is co-parent, but we don't want them back together. We don't. That's just that on that. But that's pretty much all I got for Love and Marriage Huntsville this time around because this episode was boring as a motherfucker. But that mid-season trailer was the shit. I can't wait. It looked like they saved all the good shit for September. That's what it looked like. September will be back before you know it. It's only 2 months from now. We can wait. But y'all, that's all I got because this episode was whack and fake as fuck. But I'm surprised I gave y'all 30 minutes of this. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share my video. Also, be sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. Also, if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my IG, and my TikTok will be in the description box down below. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and I will talk to you good people later. I hope you guys enjoy your July the 4th weekend, and I hope you all get into some good things. Okay, get y'all a little bit of some barbecue, some ribs, some baked beans, some potato salad for those of you that like it, because I don't like it. Coleslaw for those of you that like, not coleslaw. Anyway, bye y'all. I'll talk to y'all at another time, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.